Hello, my name is Gary Henderson, and I'm the Director of Research and Development for Gravitational Systems Engineering based in Virginia in the U.S. And I'm here to talk to you as a potential investor about our company, about our products, about our markets, and about our challenges. I'd like to start out by talking a little bit about our mission. We are environmentalists. Our goal is to provide the world with methods for harvesting environmental power or environmental energy. Now, environmental energy is increasing in popularity with solar and wind and hydro, but all of these methods have certain limitations. We at GSE have developed systems which overcome many of these limitations and provide a very specific niche that we plan to exploit with our products, and ones that you can benefit from, both in profit and in terms of changing the world. We want to not only provide more power, but we want to decrease dependence upon the grid. Now, in many instances, the grid is the primary source of power because of its reliability and its density. That, in many cases, precludes the use of solar or wind. We can fill that niche and provide grid independence without any additional pollution and with the kinds of density that applications require. All right, let's first of all talk about our products. Our primary products are pumps, compressors, and what we call crashers, which are basically modified pumps or compressors that are modified specifically to control traffic. Our devices are based upon a fundamental design called the PEC, which is pressure energy conversion. And basically, what it is a device that takes the energy from a moving vehicle, the energy that we all know is there. I mean, of course, we're all aware that if you stand in front of a moving vehicle, if it hits you, there's going to be a lot of pain. But what we don't realize is that as that vehicle moves across the surface of the earth or across a bridge or whatever, that there's also energy being expended vertically into the roadway. And that's the responsibility for shortening the lives of bridges and roadways, and why roadway maintenance is such an issue. I don't care what community you live in, you know that from one year to the next, if the roads aren't patched, they won't be drivable very soon. Well, this is largely because of the energy that's being dissipated into the roadway, bypassing vehicles. Now, traffic powered systems are only one of the different ways that we at GSE have found to harvest environmental energy. And we will talk about some of those other research perspectives in a later video. You can take a look for that on our website. By the way, our website is gravitationalsystems.com and gravitationalsystems.org. All right, let's talk about the primary attributes of our products. Number one, they're benign. They're primarily constructed out of recycled rubber. They are pollution free. They're in many cases, if not most cases, going to be the lowest cost option for providing power at a particular point. Uh, the energy that's generated by GSE devices is renewable, green energy, clean energy, and reliable energy. Once again, let me focus in on the advantage of GSE products over our competitors, solar, wind, and hydro, and that is that GSE is demand based. With solar, solar is great, but if the sun's not shining, you don't get any power. Or wind, if the wind's not blowing, you don't get any power. Or hydro, if the water's not flowing, once again, you don't get any power. With GSE traffic based devices, these are demand based devices which will automatically make them the best possible option for many, many applications. And I say demand based in that since the energy source is from moving vehicles, if you have them on the roads or on a parking lot, it's that point wherein you have the most traffic that you need the power. The power for outdoor lighting, the power for to generate compressed air for use in the factories to run their assembly lines, things of this variety. This is a very unique niche, and it also provides us with the ability to provide power that is both close to where it's going to be used and in a directly usable form. I think most people, when they think about power, they think about electricity. But electricity is really a delivery system more than anything else. Now, it's been adapted to run toasters and things of that variety. But in industry and in municipal applications, the primary energy form that's used is either in movement or fluid movement or compressed air. And we can talk more about that in a later video. Okay, so let's talk about our short-term markets. The markets for our devices. And once again, I hope you'll go to the website, take a look at our products, take a look at our FAQs, and understand this. Our short-term markets for our traffic-driven pumps, compressors, and crashers include industrial and commercial. The reason we choose industrial and commercial is because there's not the kind of certification and lead time that's involved with more public projects. Now, one of the things that we consider most widely is the use of compressed air in industry. Compressed air is used widely in industry for, as I said, the operation of assembly lines, for pneumatic tools, for HVAC or heating and air conditioning, and also for cooling fluids that are used to remove heat from processes. Power generators, oil refiners, and other chemical processors use a tremendous amount of compressed air and fluid movement in their daily operation. What we're proposing is that they could put our devices on the parking lot, and that could generate all the power that they need, or at least the majority of the power that they need for daily operations. In commercial markets, just recently, I live in Fairfax County in Virginia, at a huge shopping center. They had a general regional power failure. On a Friday night at about 6 o'clock. Those stores were closed until 1 o'clock in the morning. Just imagine the loss to those stores. Well, if instead of being grid dependent as they are now, they had had our devices generating compressed air, which can be converted to electricity, on their parking lot, they would have had lighting, and plus, using it as a normal system, they will radically reduce their costs for heating and cooling, HVAC, by combining the demand-based pumping that's provided by GSE devices with what we call near-surface geothermal. And once again, that's something that we can talk about in greater detail. But the primary thing is that we can, by outfitting the parking lots with these very simple devices, and we'll talk a little bit more about how they're actually deployed, that these organizations could have still been in business and making money there. Also, too, one of my pet peeves about commercial shopping centers is the speed bumps. In some shopping centers, to go just across from, look for a parking space, you've got to encounter numerous speed bumps. Now, these are there primarily for insurance purposes. Well, we can remove those speed bumps and make the parking lot safer with our crasher devices, what we call speed sponges, that will only target those vehicles that are traveling at unsafe speeds. All other vehicles, the device will be transparent, and plus the device will also be generating power that can be used. All right, our medium-term markets include, obviously, the public roadways. We would, love to see our devices on toll plazas or at toll plazas and all throughout the roadways to provide the power that's necessary for outside lighting, for toll plaza power and HVAC, and vehicle arresting systems, which can also, by the way, be used at airports to shorten runways. Now, let me just take a second and talk a little bit about what it is that GSE devices, how they're different from what they appear to be speed bumps. Number one, they're painted distinctively. They're green or red. Green for the normal pumps and compressors, and red for the speed arresting systems. And our devices, unlike other speed bumps, first of all, they come in two versions, both an embedded and a surface mounted. Our devices, let's say the surface mounted, for example, which looks just like a speed bump, instead of when you drive over it, it being hard, the device completely compresses flat to the ground. That's how the power is removed from the vehicle or from the momentum, and drivers will quickly learn that they don't have to slow down for these. These will easily be integrated into the roadways of America. Okay. The other is municipal traffic centers. This is in terms of our medium term markets. 20% of all the power used in America is used to move water. And a lot of that is for municipal water pressure and sewage and water movement in the city. Using our devices, municipalities large and small can cut their operating costs and, more importantly, cut their dependence upon either fuel deliveries or the grid dramatically. Another medium term application is military. And that is to say, most military operations, both bases and forward operating bases, have tremendous requirements for compressed air and fluid movement that could be used for various equipment operations, but also used for HVAC. I'm sure the guys in Iraq and Afghanistan would love to have the kind of power from the movement of their own vehicles that GSE devices can provide. Our long-term markets are the ones I'm most excited about, and those are large-scale environmental applications. Because of the dense power, that is to say, power that's comparable to fossil fuels but doesn't have the pollution, the cost, or the need to ship fuel in, because the power that we can generate is similar to that, we can make applications that would normally be impossible possible. Applications like drought mitigation, like cleaning up aquifers, like controlling air pollution. For example, I myself will be presenting a paper for the cooling tower industry pretty soon that talks about how our devices could be used to enhance and cut the power requirements of doing industrial cooling. So large-scale remediation and other methods become possible with GSE. Now, our marketing approach is one that's it's an uphill battle. For public roadways, devices have to be certified by the state. Those certification processes are state by state, and in many cases quite expensive. That's one of the reasons why we are focusing on external markets, that is to say, in third world countries like China and India. We're doing trade shows. We're listing in all the all the industrial product sites, and we're doing a lot of scientific conferences to sort of educate the scientific community about what we provide. I hope you'll join me at the Energy Harvesting Conference in D.C. in China, in Washington, D.C. in November. I'm also doing a China energy conference, and I did an International Desalination Association conference in Italy last year. Okay, please go to the website. We've got investor resources there. We can provide you with a very good ROI, although we are really looking for longer term investors. Okay, well, that's about all my time. I'd like to once again emphasize that we're here to answer your questions, and we would love for you to join our team. Once again, I'm Gary Henderson from Gravitational Systems Engineering.